All right, everyone, we should be live. Let's make sure that's actually the case. Over on Rumble, of course. Vulcus coming in. Good day, Mr. Dick Sex and Slam Her. Yeah, was going to make a video actually about sex earlier, but I decided to delay it for a day. There's too much fucking news. I couldn't even cover the Episcopalian bishoprics there until here on the live stream. Crusader Capitalist, Sticks, are you a fan of nuclear energy? Thanks. Yes, I'm a fan of nuclear energy. It is the only way that we're going to be able to competently power the world. I think that nuclear, solar, wind, hydro, stuff like that, tidal energy, those should be used for basic electrical purposes. And vehicles, like things that actually have to move around, those should use liquid fuel or propane or something like that. Natural gas. Yeah, exactly, Shaylock. Too much to cover, way too much going on. Things are hitting hard and fast right now, so I can't even get to all the major news stories. I do apologize if something that you wanted me to cover, I can't cover, but there's literally too much going on at the moment. Propane and propane accessories. That boy ain't right. Trump pardons Silk Road dark web market creator Ross Ulbricht. Yes, indeed. One of his main campaign promises he has followed through with, along with the J6ers and various others. Border Patrol agent killed in Vermont. We're going to get into that because, of course, I'm in Vermont. So, that's a local story. So I figured I would talk about it. I was requested to talk about that before. Apparently, a German national actually was involved with that. And by German, I mean maybe not an actual German. We'll get into that. We've got that weird story about the Episcopalian minister there and her reaming Donald Trump at the prayer dinner, actually, with Donald. And Melania, oh my God, she was looking daggers at her. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Some people say, well, Trump and Melania, they don't really get along. They're not actually in love. No, she was pissed. And by pissed, I mean she wanted to haul off and fucking punch her in the neck or something like that. Trump's State Department enacts one flag policy. Every U.S. outpost in the world must fly the U.S. flag. No BLM or pride flags per free beacon. I support this, by the way. It's only one flag you need to be flying overseas. It's domestic, you can celebrate however you want. You have the Frisian flag for all I care. Overseas, though, it's a U.S. presence. Resurrection science is gaining steam, but are scientists any closer to reviving lost species? Yes, de-extinction in tow here. And for some reason, the last archive is not actually loading. Well, yeah, that's not exactly ideal. Well, hopefully it'll load. Let's try to reload it. By the way, I was a little bit compacted today with regards to my schedule. I didn't even know that I would get to my live stream. So you'll excuse me if I'm doing a couple of other things at the moment as well. Let's see. Aw, some people are not happy about me burying New Orleans in snow. How sad. Yeah, I'm studying chaos magic at the moment. It seems to work very well. I find it hysterical. Big. No, you need to pause because I don't want to see myself in triplicate. Just a sec. Let me at least put these links up. My apologies, everyone. Yeah, Trump signed a slurry of executive orders. He kneecapped affirmative action. He's tearing up the whole house, basically. He's breaking all the toys. This is exactly what we wanted, by the way. This is exactly what we wanted. Okay. I'm just going to do this really quickly before I get to the news because I have no choice. Okay, that's where we go. Yeah, Donald Trump literally tore apart an executive order from the Lyndon Baines Johnson administration earlier, and the liberals are flipping out. They're flipping their shit. They're going completely fucking crazy. Yeah, this administration is already more transformative in 24, well, technically now 48 hours, than the Biden administration was in 4 years. I'm not sure whether that's because the Donald Trump administration is going to be so great or the last administration was just so goddamn mediocre. I think it's a combination of the two more than anything else. So we'll pin that. I like to interact with some of the content on my replies, actually, on my videos. I don't know. I like the old social feel of the internet more than the kind of cold and boring internet that is now, if that makes sense. Yeah, I decided to send the snowstorm that was supposed to come here to Louisiana, southern Louisiana, the New Orleans area specifically, just as a joke. And it's fun. Parts of Florida got 10 inches of snow yesterday. Some wild stuff going on, says solo traveler of the beaten path. Some people don't believe it. I pointed that out in my video. You believe that if you pray to some ethereal entity in the sky, that they hear you and it causes an effect. But if you do magic, that's just superstition now, isn't it? I'm trying to teach people. I'm trying to help. Scott Steiner, I have to press X for doubt with your affirmative action video. In one of your videos, you admitted that if you love Barney the dinosaur, that you're supporting great evil. Thus, you are not worthy to hire. Well, yeah, if you support Barney the dinosaur, I'm sorry, but, you know, I can't get on board with that, no. God, I hated Barney as a kid. Some kids, they'd be singing the fucking Barney song over and over again. It's like, get a life, dude. Yes, Super Reefer Mon. Trump basically killed DEI. Fairlings, I, for one, enjoy the chaos. Same. Yeah, first there was the Bourbon Street incident after my first ritual. After my second ritual, the deputy AG, who probably was overseeing my own legal case, killed himself. Now they got a snowstorm we were supposed to get. I conducted another ritual last night. I wonder what shenanigans will be up now. People can think that it's fake all that they want, but the proof is in the pudding. Doc Holliday, I think Trump was talking to the Democrats when he said he would get tired of winning and say, please, Mr. President, this is too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Exactly. Yeah, Donald, that archive is still not loading. All of the others loaded. I don't know. Anyways, we'll get to the news. Trump pardons Silk Road dark web market creator Ross Ulbricht. This is, by the way, a huge win for Trump, and it has the liberals absolutely edging at the moment. Ulbricht was convicted in 2015 in New York in a narcotics and money laundering conspiracy and sentenced to life in prison. By the way, selling drugs and money laundering normally do not get you several life sentences. This was the problem. The problems are multitudinal in this case. Number one, differential enforcement. Mitch McConnell can sell cocaine out of his yacht, but Ross Ulbricht can't operate a website where drugs are being sold. That's totally unacceptable. You know, you're competing with the politicians for the drug sales, basically, and with the CIA. Number two, disproportionate punishment. Number three, a tainted jury. Obviously biased jury that was going to find him guilty anyway. Number four, the main original charge, the reason why he was investigated, had to do with trying to hire hitmen, because a hacker online, I guess, was posing as he had a bunch of burner accounts and shit like that, and was harassing him, and then saying, well, you know, if you pay me, I'll take him out, and then saying that he took him out. But nobody was actually harmed because it was the same person the whole time. Ulbricht did not deserve the kind of sentence that he got. Did he deserve to be punished? Yes. Did he deserve to be punished at that level? Not even fucking close. Not even close. What do fuck? I disagree. President Trump did not kill DEI. DEI killed DEI. It drove itself into a woke-tard cul-de-sac. Well, to an extent, yeah, you're right. But yeah, Trump has basically put it out of its misery at this point. It will still be around, but not at the same level as before. That moral panic is dying off, basically. Poppy, did you see the border agent was killed in Vermont on the border? Yes, that's actually next in the docket, actually. It's hard for me to keep up with all the chats, so usually on YouTube, I'm only looking at the starred ones, at the super chats. My apologies, by the way, because I realize that a lot of people have a lot to weigh in on. If you go over to Rumble, I can see that more easily. It moves a little bit more slowly because, you know, there are fewer people tuning in. And so, yeah. Mike the Wop, clank, motherfuckers. Day 3 of a 4-year holiday. Cheers. Excellent. Understatement. Missed yesterday's live, but are you raising your kid bilingual? Trilingual, actually. Can she understand you as she spends most of her time with her mother? Oh, yeah. She speaks English, Dutch, a bit of German. Yeah. And I'm going to encourage her to learn either French or Spanish in the future, too, because if you learn 4 languages, ho, 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 if you are quadrilingual, you have one up on literally everyone, because you can get a $90K to start job as a translator. And that's if you work in the government sector. The private sector, it's probably twice that much. Ryan Burton. Do you think the rumors are true that Vivek has fallen out of favor with the Trump admin on the heels of his falling out with the Doge staff? Yes, I believe that that is true. And I'm glad for that, by the way. Fuck Vivek Ramaswamy. I always considered him a snake. He's in it for himself. He's not dedicated towards liberty. I have tolerance for him, but I don't have any kindness towards him. Copium Poppies. Howdy, just a reminder to follow on Copium Poppies on YouTube and X and Rumble. Melanie Sticks, what do you think about the Blake Lively false accusation scandal? You'll have to DM me on Twitter. I don't know anything about that, I guess. Haven't heard of it. The Emperor's Champion. Promises made, promises kept. Oh, the leftist tears of unfathomable sadness are so delicious. Keep that salt flowing. Yeah, I know. It's great because Trump is actually following through. It's not going to be 100%, and it will take him a little bit of time to get through all of the EOs, all of the bills and stuff that he has to do. But he has already done more in 48 hours than the Biden administration did in 4 years. Hell, I mean, he's done more in 48 hours than he almost did in half of his administration. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not forgettable. That's what I'm talking about. It's exactly what we need as a country. Emperor Soft Turtle. Ulbricht pardon is the symbol of Libertarian Party as a national force, rejecting Trump and basically minimizing themselves for ideology. This should be their moment, but it is not. Yeah, it is extremely libertarian. I mean, think about it. Trump just pardoned someone who self-admittedly was facilitating drug dealing and arms dealing and stuff like that. Charismal. Glad I voted for Trump, but feel awkward because current girlfriend would require an H-1B for her to work it out. Chinese, too. Yeah, Trump is not going to go after people who are otherwise law-abiding, who are going through the normal immigration process. That's not going to happen. He's going after cartel members and shit like that and building his wall. So unless your girlfriend, trots across the Rio Grande and then stab somebody, I don't think you'll have any problems. Helios ending. With those outrageous pardons on his way out, is it safe to assume Biden's not planning on running for a second term? I don't think that he can even walk anymore, let alone run. So I don't think we have anything to worry about. He's done. Cody Fulks, Sticks, just want to let clankers know. Wicked Needle took my cash, won't send my hat or refund, screwing me around for 2 months. I will attempt to address this. Unfortunately, I have not gotten any revenue from Wicked Needle for an extended period of time. And I mean, it may be a problem on my end. That's possible. So I give the benefit of the doubt. I tend to be fairly gregarious when it comes to business deals. I'll look into it. I'll try to figure out what's going on. Nick C, there's my man. I love seeing the Krasensteins meltdowns on X. Yeah, Nick here, he's one crazy dude. He's my friend from high school. He has it in for the Krasensteins, which is great. Oh my God, it is really funny. Yeah, they've gone mad at this point, but I think that they're actually secretly happy because Trump's back on the platform posting regularly, and they have something to bitch about. In a weird way, Trump's reelection has actually helped some of the liberal commentators. And the Krasensteins are probably number one on that list. By the way, I don't think... Damn it, I didn't take my mushroom pill this morning. No wonder I feel a little bit de-energized. Fuck it. Cultivated-mind.com. Don't worry, it's not our car. That's what I'm talking about. Then I got this stuff from Black Forest. It's pretty good. This one, I think, I mean, I'm probably going to thin my hair using this, but it's a testosterone supplement. Really gets you going, you know, if I can actually get the pill. A Draconian. It's wise to approach politicians with a healthy level of skepticism. I don't trust them or the government. Same. I am not going to blindly trust Donald Trump. I'm going to criticize him when he deserves criticism. For example, with his non-work from home executive order the other day. I think that's fine for 90% of federal workers. I agree with him. But for a small number of clerical workers, all they're doing is they're on the computer anyway. I think it's more efficient for them to work from home. So, yeah. Scott Steiner, as a polyglot, I would suggest Spanish. 2 reasons. She'll be fully equipped to visit Uncle Razor, and it's very common language in warmer areas. French is only needed if she visits Canada or France, or parts of West Africa. Well, I mean, she seems to be my daughter, whose name I will not utter in the public. She seems to be exceptional with regards to language. She speaks English. She speaks Dutch. She's got a little bit of German. That's 3 right there. If you can master those, I mean, Dutch is not necessarily the easiest language in the world, although there is a lot of crossover with English. She could learn both. Yeah, she could learn fucking 5 languages. But whatever she wants, she will get. She may do whatever she wants. I don't know. I'm that kind of dad. You know, you have a little daughter. It's like, you're so cute. You know, you're so funny. Just don't break my computer or something like that, you know. And I don't believe in corporal punishment, by the way. I don't believe parents should even be allowed to spank their children or anything like that. The only time you can get physical with a child is, hey, they're about to stick the fork in the light socket. You have to knock it out of their hand or something like that. Other than that, you know, it's like, oh, you want to draw on the wall? That's okay. Darth Cornpop. Hey, Sticks, could you possibly summon more snow for us in South Kakalaki like you did with New Orleans? You're real-life Mr. Snow Miser, lol. No, it was just chaos magic. I'm not the Snow Miser. When I was a kid, I always sided with Snow Miser. Thought he was better. As I get older, and I get cold more easily. I kind of find myself liking Heat Miser more, actually. He was a bit of an asshole, but, you know. Snow Miser was more of the funny one, always playing pranks, and Heat Miser took everything seriously. I think this was pointed. Brunswick Green, I enjoy your content. Shout out to Gigawatt Coffee Roasters. Great quality coffee that features many blends and roasts. ITM, and thank you for your courage. Thank you. Yeah, I've got my own brand of coffee. I've got Clank Coffee from Jam and Bean. Oh, God, I wish I could smell that forever. If there were a heaven, and I don't believe that there is, it would smell exactly like this. This and coriander, I suppose. Yeah. Put that over there. What do fuck? Question. Is man-made climate change a grift and religion to useful idiots? The science shows it's a combination of solar activity, lack of recent volcanic activity, and some air pollution. Humans do impact the climate. We've landscaped large parts of the world. I don't believe that it's necessarily a negative thing. It's not going to turn the planet into tattoo. That much I'm sure about. But its effect, compared to volcanism alone, would be minuscule, actually. Nick C. It was only after Brian challenged me to a fight and then blocked my old account after I called him out and said, let's set up a charity fight event. Dude, you would destroy him. By the way, everyone, if you haven't seen Nick, he could powerlift me 5 times over, probably. Yes, my friend from high school is trained in, I think, karate, jiu-jitsu, powerlifting. He's built. So, yeah. No, Brian, you could probably throw him across the room. You wouldn't have any problem with that. I like how the Krasenstein's like, well, look at my muscles. I'm like, look at my friend here. Just saying. Egrig Zed, missed it yesterday, but Joshua Sutter, Temple of Blood, Libra 333, has received over $100K from the FBI for his work as a criminal informant. Yeah, I'm aware of this fact. I wish, oh yeah, I have it right here. Yes, indeed. Absolutely. There's some shenanigans going on within the occult world. You have to be careful. It is a good book, though. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. A Long Reach, an object lesson in influence and sinister social engineering. Sinister, like left-hand path. The weekday activities were well underway, and in the student cafeteria, rows of youth sat at long wooden tables, quaffing bowls of hot porridge and steaming mugs of mint tea, which sounds really good right now, honestly. Not going to say otherwise. Alexis had foregone the breakfast this morning and instead had made his way to the circular half-mile track where he was now nearing the end of his 4th circumnavigation. It is linguistically talented, and the words in this book, the spells, so to speak, are well chosen. There is a reason for that. Yes, the government wants to screw with you a little bit through occultism. I assure you that I only use my power for good. I'm trying to promote liberty. I want you to be more free. I want everyone to speak freely, express freely. That includes telling me to kill myself. I don't really care. Say whatever you want. Do whatever you want, as long as you harm nobody else. In that case, then it becomes a problem. But if you're not harming anyone, everyone should be able to do what they want. But yeah, if you can find a copy of Liber 333, it is a good work. But keep in mind, it is effectively a terroristic text. Like literal terrorists. Met one of them. In fact, it might be who you're referring to right now. Copium poppies. How long before the invasion of Canada begins? We need to take the syrup mines. Yes, we do not need to do that because Vermont maple syrup is so much superior to Canadian maple syrup. We don't. +4 languages set for life. Yes, I'm going to encourage my daughter every which way to learn as many languages as possible. Hell, maybe she'll learn 5, maybe 6, or something like that. You get in good with a corporation as a translator. Do you realize how much fucking money those people make? Oh, she'd be able to buy and sell my ass. Jova R, you still interested in MREs? I'm getting into it. Yes, I've got some MREs downstairs, but I misplaced them, so I have to find them again, unfortunately. Shayman, all these Sticks books, but no Sticks cookbook yet? I'll get to it. It's just, you got to realize, like today I have a dual stream. I can't edit anything today. I'm not going to have the energy. And then when spring approaches, of course, you got to do the seedlings, and I got to do science and soil stuff and all sorts of cool shit. I have an interesting life. I may not be the best person in the world in all ways, but at the very least, I'm interesting. Delta 3CHO. Happy belated birthday, Sticks. I sent a rant during Quartercast on your birthday, but Jeremy missed it. By the way, my handle is Delta Echo. He also got that writing. Lol. All right. We should probably get to the rest of the news. By the way, to all of my sponsors, the link is in the description. Maybe I'll pin it at the top on YouTube because I don't want to take yeah, let me pin this over here. Those are my sponsors. Today I'm not doing the normal shout outs because shit. Oh fuck. Well, I guess you can see it. I can ban myself on YouTube? When I click on myself, it says put user in timeout. What? Why was I not made aware of this? Okay, anyway, I posted it. Those are my various sponsors. We've got mushroom pills, we've got hats, we've got blades, we've got biltong, we've got everything under the sun. And so you can take a look at all of them, although they are compacted, so I don't know exactly how you do that on a phone. I'm trying to figure things out today. It's a little bit of a wonky news day. I mean, you got to understand, the news right now is flashing across all sectors, rapid fire. I am trying to keep up because of the inauguration and the executive orders and everything else. Just the political and news alone is insane right now. Nick C. Vermont maple syrup is superior, not sorry. Yes, exactly. I don't mind Canadian maple syrup. I've got a can of it over there, actually, that was given by a couple of subscribers that came by. They also gave me some cool art. Let me show it off again. Let me show you this. Just a sec. I just wish that I had a V8 right now, but unfortunately, no such luck. I need to put these in frames because they are absolutely incredible. Look at that. Look at how fucking cool that is. I love it. It's great. Just saying. I've got all sorts of art. You know, my mom's friend gave me the Stolas picture and the Alistair picture. He does a good job, by the way. Look at that. It's from Has Been Hotel. And that's from Hell of a Boss. I love them. These are some of the greatest things I've ever gotten. And then, of course, I've got my Ouroboros over there. I've got all sorts of art. And then Lev is, I think his dad carved that. So, yeah. Why is that light shining right on my face? What the fuck? Oh, it's shining off. Talk about medics. It's shining off this book. Yeah. Yeah, if you can get a copy of that, if you can find one, it's worth a read. I don't know if they're still making them, though. This has now devolved into a rant stream. Lucian Hex, woe to all. Copium poppies. We need the Canadian syrup mines as well. Manifest destiny. The entirety of North, South, and Central America belongs to us. We need the tacos as well. Bartimaeus Aurelius, happy belated birthday, Sticks. Did you catch Trump's press conference yesterday about Stargate? Yeah, I talked about that in one of my videos in my New Tech exclusive. I am of mixed feelings with regards to the idea of trying to develop a vaccine for cancer. Rapid blood testing, that's a good idea. My problem is that when the Chinese inevitably, steal the technology, they might use it for bioweapons research. So it could be a problem. It could easily be a problem. I would like to think that humans would use their technological powers for good, but historically speaking, is that really what happens? Other than developing plows and things like that, mostly it's used for evil. Grug make fire. Fire burn. Hurt Grug. Grug toss fire at enemy. That's like the human mentality, A Border Patrol agent was killed here in Vermont, by the way, the other day. A U.S. Border Patrol agent was shot and killed in northern Vermont on Monday afternoon, the FBI said in a statement. The shooting took place on Interstate 91 in Coventry, where I've been, by the way, roughly 20 miles south of the U.S.-Canada border, according to the Associated Press. The FBI is investigating the incident as an alleged assault on a federal officer in connection with a fatal shooting, according to the FBI Albany statement. The statement indicated that along with one agent, one subject was killed and a second subject was injured and is in custody. Yeah, dude and a dudette from Germany apparently shot and killed a Border Patrol agent. Why do I get the feeling that there's a reason why I don't have a mugshot photo of this individual? I think you can probably tell where I'm going with this. Just saying. Yeah, I'm sure that they looked like Adolf Hitler and not like Muhammad. No. That one's just a brief one. By the way, I am pro-vaccine, actually. Some people don't realize this. Some people think I'm anti-vax. I'm anti a few medical injections. I am not anti-vaccine. I think that if you can vaccinate for topical childhood diseases to prevent scarring or something that is significant, that's perfectly fine. I'm not against it. I've been vaccinated. My daughter's been vaccinated, et cetera, et cetera. That being said, there are certain ones that I would overlook. I think you can probably guess which ones. Just saying. Sigil's here. He's going to crap on wasted bonehead. The U.S. develops new organic compound. What do the Cantonese do with it first? Weaponize it. It backfires in their asses, or they fucking eat it. Probably weaponize it. And Dave, I bet they screamed Hail Hortler before shooting the agent. No. Hail Hortler, yeah. Probably. No, I have a feeling that I know that there's a certain, never mind. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that on a YouTube video. Let's just say this. I doubt that the shooters were truly ethnically German. Just saying. I have a problem with Germans, by the way. So do the Dutch as well. It's funny. You go to the Netherlands, bright colors, kind people, they're very polite. If an old person is coming down the street, everyone makes way for them. If a blind person's crossing the road, everyone stops for them. Very polite culture, very good people. I love the Dutch. If you go to Germany, let's just say it's a little bit different. Especially architecturally and color-wise. It's more like you're going into the Eastern Germany, even though you're on the west side of Germany. It's a little bit odd. Whitney Morgan, happy birthday, Sticks. People on IG are freaking out since their accounts are following the new VP and First Lady since their accounts rolled over. Hilarious. Yeah, I think I saw that was happening on Twitter allegedly as well. People being auto-followed to Donald Trump. What to fuck? After about 5 years old, my daughter would put on Amish time. No TV, no cell phone, just books in a lighted room. Amazing how no media focuses the mind. Yeah. My daughter likes cooking shows, and so I don't have any problem with that. I consider that edutainment. 40 kids. Many have paid their DNA to companies. Paid to give their DNA to companies. Certainly, this would never be used for nefarious reasons. Yes, if I ever sent DNA into a company to find out, like, my genetic lineage, so to speak, I would use an assumed name, a false ID, and do it with somebody else. I would never, ever give my proprietary information to a company willingly. Fairy Wings, I had a friend who claimed they were auto-followed. Oh no, what a tragedy. Yeah, I know, it's the most terrible thing in the world. By the way, since this has devolved into the rant stream, last night I made Florentine soup, and mostly it's vegetarian. I use a veggie broth and everything else. But there were a couple of roast beef bones, and they still had the marrow in them. And so I popped them in. And oh boy, it came out so buttery and delicious. Oh, you wouldn't believe it. It's nothing is going to go to waste from that batch. If there's one thing you can count on, it's my ability to cook Florentine soup. Styx is the stereotypical 70s sperm donor. Oh, don't say I look like I'm from the fucking 70s. Give me the 80s, please. What to fuck? I mean, the Amish time of no media was punishment for something she did. It only lasted a few hours or at most a day. She graduated with honors, so I guess it worked. Nice. Yeah, I think that it's okay for little kids to interact with, like, technological stuff. TV, computers and phones and stuff. But it has to be monitored, and you should make sure that it's generally educational. At the very least, make sure that it's appropriate, because, you know, it's like going through videos on Twitter on my phone. Here on the desktop, I don't see any ads. I've got ad blocker, 3 layers of it, so I haven't seen an ad on my computer in 10 years or so. If I go on my phone, though, for some fucking reason, they're trying to sell me dick pills. Like, number one, I don't need these. I don't know why you think that I would need them. Number two, there are people on this platform that are under 18 years of age. Why are you talking about, you know, your husband's erection and weird shit like that? It's just fucking weird. And I'm not looking up anything like that. The only thing I've been looking up on my phone is like the Star Wars Full Metal Jacket remix and stuff like that. Copium poppies. How much candy corn do you use in your Florentine soup? I'm not even going to read the rest of your fucking super chat. You have disrespected me and dishonored yourself. I'm just joking. Now, candy corn has apparently become the new channel meme. How wonderful. Jim Morrison. I'm 61. My parents were young when I was born, so I'm an early Gen X. Did low-wage labor for state and fed in the 80s. DEI was alive back then. Thanks for your stands and taking my money for the last 8 years. I will gladly take the money. Yeah, DEI has been around for a while. It's just that only recently have people found out about the fact that it exists. Chuy Fernandez. Happy late birthday, Styx. Today I'm 31. Happy birthday to you then, too, my man. Hope you had a great week so far. Yes, Trump is going all in. I damn love it. Yeah, he's doing better than I expected, and I already expected him to do at least good. Ezpol, happy belated birthday. I appreciate the work you do to bring us the news. Not a banned account. Is Trump's Congress passing EO changes as laws? Well, it doesn't become a law. It's just an executive order. but it is binding unless it's legally challenged. We'll see what happens with regards to some of them, but the pardons he can do unilaterally. Morgan is still, I missed it, but what do you think about the Greenland situation? I think that it's Trump's big ask. I think that it's more to get mineral rights than anything else. Mineral and fuel, which are plentiful in Greenland. If the United States can free up investment from private companies to extract it, the people of Greenland make a shit ton of money. We save a shit ton of money, and everyone benefits. There's no reason for it to be in the Eurosphere. King of Biltong, did you see the Alex Jones feature where he plays tapes accusing LBJ of initiating the JFK assassination? I did. I don't know if they're real, though, or not. I don't know. Has anyone confirmed? Are those deep fakes or are they actually real? Sigilstone, Live Leak was incredibly educational. Learned anatomy and workplace safety in gratuitous detail. Yeah, I liked Live Leak back in the day. I had an account on there, actually, but their uploading system was not necessarily the easiest, and I tend to be fairly low tech. Pizza Slayer. Hey, Sticks, love your imperfection perfection video. I believe you were referring to Matsuobashu. He really appreciated the imperfect nature of things and finds appreciation in wear and decay. Yes, it's about asymmetry, too. Like, think about if I go like this versus if I go like this. Which one looks cooler? Yeah, people who do dancing and singing and stuff like that, they get it. Oh, God, pre-59 Cuban. More candy corn references. I'm not going to get to the rest of the news because everyone wants to talk about fucking candy corn. Nixie, what are your thoughts about the leftist meltdowns about the missing Constitution page and whitehouse.gov? So much stupidity from leftists. Happy birthday. Thank you, Nick. I'm going to cook you garlic bread one of these days. Won't be the same as Rayford's, but it'll come close. It's an approximation. It's the dollar store version. I think that the liberals have gone completely insane at this point, and their minds have been broken. What's happened, and that video, I did see it earlier from that one chick. Actually, that was her, I think, trolling more than anything else. Because I went to it, and it was actually the Spanish page and stuff like that, and the Constitution page. I think that basically they're retooling the site, and liberals are flipping out. Because the thing is, the site needed retooling, new administration comes in, prioritizes retooling it, and so some functions don't work right away. And so they interpreted that as Donald Trump, oh my God, he's removing the Constitution. He's removing the Spanish language page. Oh my fucking God. He's saying, go home. Ah, Jesus. And they're overreacting because these people are fickle and they tend to overreact. It's a really sad situation for them. They're mentally broken. Lucian Hex, wasted bonehead, I summoned thee. I haven't seen him yet. Rodney, a belated happy birthday to you, Sticks. Thank you. Kyle, I was looking into your books, but I was curious which you'd suggest if you wanted to understand magic as it works, as opposed to the more recent Wiccan interpretation. Get a copy of The Lesser Key of Solomon and also the Petit Albert and Homan's Powwows. Those are the big three, I think. The Book of Forbidden Knowledge is my bestseller, oddly, even though it's a modern day. It's a early 20th century grimoire of sorts. It is fun. It's a great work. I mean, I have no problem with it. For some reason, that one took off, unlike any of the other works I've ever edited. I don't know. Copium Poppies. Reminder to get them VPNs fired up and repeatedly vote for us in the groups category on grifties.com. I officially do not believe in grifting the grifties. Then we've got the Episcopal bishop story. We might run long today. Episcopal bishop mixing politics with her church is against the tax exemption laws for her church Considering this, just pull her exemption, then she can say whatever she chooses without concern. Yeah, they had the national prayer breakfast. I mean dinner. And Donald Trump and Melania and Vance and all of the others, they're there. And this Episcopal bishop decided to haul off and say, basically plead for mercy for illegals and so forth. And then saying the people that pick our crops and stuff like that. Typical NIMBYism, by the way. Now, it wasn't the most fiery and directed speech that a lot of people on the far right now are talking about. It wasn't that bad, but that's not the time to have that kind of conversation. That's the sort of thing you do in private, in religious consultation. You're effectively attempting to preach down at somebody when you're doing that, and you shouldn't be doing that. That's number one. Number two, not the time for that particular battle. Inauguration just happened. The president's got a lot on his mind. He's got a lot of fucking work to do. Don't fucking trouble him. Number three, Melania Trump. Oh my fucking God. She was staring daggers at the bishopress when she was effectively criticizing Trump. It was a little bit veiled, a little bit facaded, but effectively she was criticizing Trump. I beg for mercy for the huddled masses. I beg for mercy for the people that picked the corn that I ate yesterday. And again, NIMBYism, bullshit. This is exactly what you would expect from a liberal. Melania was looking daggers at her like she wanted to come across the goddamn bench and slit her fucking throat. This is why I love Melania. She's definitely a stand behind your man sort of person. Yeah, Jesus Christ, she looked like she was about to commit several murders or something like that. And by the way, it's not 100% sure whether that bishopress was actually a woman at all. We're not sure these days. It's not entirely possible to tell. I don't really care. I mean, it doesn't bother me, but King of Biltong, make muscles hard again. Eat more biltong. It's packed with B12, creatine, iron, zinc, and much more. And lots of flavor, by the way, I would add. Get set some at biltongusa.com. Use code STICKS for 10% off. Highly underrated. Not enough people eat biltong. It's rather sad. Chuck 1. What is 3 prices that you pay for getting that magic to work? I don't pay any price. I garner riches as a result of working magic because I have associates. Copium poppies. What do you mean? Grifting the grifties is grifting. Got a grift to get a grifty. I've got a grifty right here. Yeah, that normally the Episcopalian Church is reasonably sensible to by religious standards. So to see the bishop haul off and, go off like that is like, what the fuck? At the national prayer dinner or whatever the hell it was? Makes no sense. I've just decided to get weird at this point, so we're going to have some fun. Oh, nuclear attacks coming. The Germans is coming. Get into the trenches, Maximilian. I don't know. I like to play make-believe because I don't want to mature. Being too adult, I think, is boring. And I'm not interested in doing that. I think people like it when I'm a little bit on the odd side. New Trump State Department enacts one flag policy. Every U.S. outpost in the world must fly the U.S. flag. No BLM or pride flags, per Free Beacon. I support this. The only flag that should be flying in any overseas location that the United States is operating should be the U.S. flag. It's the only one. If you want to fly the other nation's flag alongside it, okay, that's fine. But we don't need to have like the pride flag, the BLM flag, any state flags, literally any other flag. It's totally unnecessary, number one. It's improper, number two.
And in some cases, and Trump understands this, Biden doesn't. And this is the big fucking problem. The Biden administration does not understand. If you fly the pride flag in Dubai or Riyadh or Cairo or someplace like that, people are not going to like that. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. The fact that you've been allotted a small piece of land to have an air base or something like that, or a consulate, does not entitle you to fuck around with the population. Just the same, imagine that the North Koreans have a consulate in DC, and all of a sudden they start putting up commie propaganda. Would we tolerate that in the country? Would we like it? No, of course not. It'd be retarded. And so, yeah, we don't need pride flags and stuff like that on overseas bases, consulates, and so forth. It's not necessary. All it does is cause problems. F. Winters loaded. Should Trump sue Biden's preemptive pardons? The most egregious one is Dr. Fauci. He can't do anything about it. The pardons have already been issued. Thankfully, there was no crime actually charged, so the pardons don't mean anything. He can still be prosecuted. Sigil, did you see the remake of The Toxic Avenger that came out in 2021 is getting an unrated theater release? The MPAA refused to rate it for its content, and the distributor has found its balls. I remember the Toxic Avenger stuff from way back when I was a little kid. I remember there was one thing, it said it was part of a coloring book. This is when I was really little. It said, a tidy toy box is the sign of an unstable mind. But I said titty toy box and thought it was hysterical because it bothered adults. 40 kids. I don't always catch Styx live, but when I do, he's in rare form. I'm just having fun. I'm tired of taking life seriously. I refuse to. No more seriousness in life. Elasmo Bra. Not anymore, Styx. As an Episcopal, I can say that much of the church has fallen to woke. That's sad. Copium Poppies. One of our band members wore his gas mask everywhere to troll people during the first round of mask mandates. Lol. I did that, by the way, a couple times. He even put dark window tinting in the lenses to make it more unsettling. R.T. Huxley. Why are you wearing a mask? Do I stink that bad? I hate being fat. No, I'm just having fun. I no longer want to pretend to be a serious adult and mature. I want to crawl around on the floor pretending it's World War I and stuff like that. Let's see. Yeah, so the one flag policy, I approve of that. If you want to fly an auxiliary flag in certain circumstances, it could be fine. The problem is the Biden administration wouldn't be able to figure out which countries you could fly which flags in. You have to respect the host nation. It's your consulate. It's kind of sort of your soil, but you still have to be respectful. And he never understood this. This is why he disrespected the Polish, the Hungarians, the Japanese, a number of other states as well. Supposedly, Trump is disrespecting everyone. So far, he has simply been honoring them and saying, okay, well, at our consulate, we're just going to have the U.S. flag. That's all. F. Winters loaded. Did Trump's first 2 days exceed your expectations, Styx? Yes. Sigil, where's your vault suit pit boy and 10mm pistol? Tunnel Snakes rule, by the way. I've got my Tunnel Snakes jacket right back here. Yeah, I'm ready for the apocalypse. I've got like 5 more of these filters, by the way. Resurrection science and de-extinction. Several companies are investing hundreds of millions of dollars to try to bring back extinct species. Those efforts just got a boost. Colossal Biosciences, the biotech company behind plans to revive the woolly mammoth, dodo, and Tasmanian tiger, I agree with all these, announced Wednesday it has raised an additional $200 million in investment, bringing in total funding to $435 million. That hefty sum grew from initial $15 million in 2021 when entrepreneur Ben Lamb and Harvard University geneticist George Church founded the Dallas-based company. Within a decade or less, the world may see approximations of creatures only seen from black and white photographs, taxidermy museum exhibits, and fossilized skeletons, with the ultimate goal of restoring the fauna to their natural habitat. My thoughts on de-extinction. I support it, especially where humans were largely responsible for causing the extinction in the first place. But it has to be done responsibly. If you're going to bring back, for example, the woolly mammoth, which actually existed concurrent to the Roman Empire. Most people don't know this. There were still woolly mammoths roaming around in northern Siberia when the Romans were expanding their empire. You don't realize this. They think it was millions of years ago. You need to bring back more than one. You need to have some approximate species, because there's none of them left, that has similar behavioral profile that can interact with it. So for woolly mammoths, you'd think of an elephant or something like that. You can bring them back. Tasmanian tiger, there may actually still be a few down in Tasmania. There have been sightings fairly recently. They may or may not still exist. I mean, the last few probably have petered out by now, but we're not 100% sure. You would probably have to raise them with wolves or something like that. Some similar creature, something canid in nature. Dogs, I suppose. With regards, I think that they should bring back saber-toothed tigers. I mean, wouldn't that be quite something? That'd be hysterical if they could do that. And they can do that. I mean, we've already got the technology. That's the whole point. Science is fascinating. However, there are ethics involved. You can't bring back just a single member of the species, put it in a cage, and enslave it. I think that would be terrible. It's like when I went to the zoo, the Audubon Zoo in New Orleans, actually, the last time I was there. It's like all the animals, they have companions and stuff like that, at least the more advanced ones. Like there's a whole family of orangutans there, and the head orangutan, the big male, he just climbs into the hammock and puts a blanket over his head and falls asleep. And I thought that was one of the funniest things I ever saw. By the way, if you're ever in New Orleans, go to the Audubon Zoo, because they've actually got really good food in their little food court, like diner thing in the middle of the park. It's really, really fun. I had a great time. Sigil. Oh, wait, I already read that one. Please send no more super chats, by the way. We've got to get to, well, I was going to get to the last news story, but the archive's not loading. Inland Surfer, hi Sticks, alt news provider Live Leak led me to you. You had great exposure there. Wish it was still online. I did? I wasn't even aware of this. Yeah, the archive, what the fuck? It's not working at all. Yeah, well, we'll figure it out. JT Brown, I didn't know Pyro had a YouTube channel. I just like wearing a gas mask sometimes. This is a Draeger with an Israeli filter, by the way. I figure the Israelis probably make the best gas mask filters at this point, and the Germans are really good at engineering, so. OMG puppy, should they de-extinct Neanderthals? No, they already have. I mean, we're both Neanderthals anyway, so it doesn't matter. John Hoyle, think of the biltong that could be made from extinct species. Mammoth biltong, anyone? Apparently, some people have actually eaten mammoth. They dug it out of the permafrost and then like, oh, I wonder what this tastes like. Probably tastes like cardboard. Yeah, if I ever had to seriously use it, oh God, my hair looks retarded. If I ever had to actually, my glasses might come off here. There's a sec. That's a big problem. If I ever had to actually use a gas mask, I would have to shave all of my hair off, including the beard, unfortunately.
Did you know the reason why Adolf Hitler had his stereotypical mustache? It's because a regular mustache won't fit with a gas mask. And so you had to shave it off. Flinch is loading. You say, fuck it, I want to have fun. Fuck standard adult. But I don't see you doing this during the Biden admin. Victory is a drug, isn't it, Sticks? Oh, no, I'm always abnormal. Just ask anyone that knows me in real life. You would hear plenty of stories of my abnormalities. I do not take life seriously. Sigil, start doing Ray Romano impressions. Your voice is perfect for it right now. I don't know who Ray Romano is, actually. My apologies. It must be from some series or something. BW, think Trump is going to have to get to military for J6ers? No, I don't think that'll be a problem. Shaylock, volume just improved 1000%. Huh. Testing. Sticks 10.2 Schlong Hammer. When are you going to casting couch with the 10.2? Yeah, it's not actually a 10.2. The gas mask makes me... Who is Ray Romano? Just tell me that. Yes, Sigil. Same with Charlie Chaplin. You're right. Ray Romano is a comedian, and in a show, Everyone Loves Raymond with Patricia Heat on. Huh. He also voiced Manny in Ice Age. Yeah, no, I've never seen I've never seen Everybody Loves Raymond. I've never seen a single episode. That's probably why I don't know who it is. I don't really is that a sitcom? Because I don't really watch sitcoms. We've gone well over an hour now. I've still got another fucking live stream to do too. By the way, at 1 p.m. Eastern time, I will be live with the quartering. It will be fun. Hello from Boston. Stick says, is Google? Hello. Yeah, I've never... As far as I know, I've never seen an episode of Everyone Loves Raymond. Brood in 62. So, Sticks, you've heard of Gilligan's Island, right? Hell yeah. I've got all 3 seasons on Blu-ray, actually. There's a reason for that. That was my favorite series as a kid. Kit, happy birthday and happy new year. Thank you. Sigil, Everyone Loves Raymond is a sitcom. I know that. His dad in the show is played by Peter Boyle, a.k.a. Frankenstein's monster in Young Frankenstein. Oh, I didn't know that. Rule 34 on gas mask. Oh, God. Please send no more super chats. By the way, I've got to go offline in a few minutes. Kilowatt, Trump may table abolition of the federal income tax. If he pulls that off, he will enter mythical status. If he manages to do something about the income tax, yeah. Even just reducing it, like punt his tax cuts forward and increase them, that would be good enough. That's good enough for me. Goonies are good enough. If he outright ends the income tax, oh boy, I would say it would be better to end the self-employment tax, because then people will do more gig work. People will have an incentive to get a side job and shit like that. It'll massively increase the economy and also massively increase my personal wealth. So there's a reason I might be biased. King of Biltong, we are working nonstop on setting up our own facilities. Get some Biltong. Help us build our own independence. New year, new president, new goals. Let's go, peeps. I'm sure that you'll be successful, by the way. If you keep selling biltong that's that good, you're going to end up with a huge user base. Yeah, everyone go to antonsusa.com and grab some biltong or anything else that you want because it's all fucking tasty. Richard Vernonhouse, sticks like the Goonies movie. Who didn't? Kilowatt, can we get candy corn biltong? If Anton produces candy corn biltong, I will have to drop him as a sponsor. Yeah, this is the sort of thing that I do all day, though. I like put on random militaria, and I will literally crawl around on the floor pretending it's World War I and stuff like that. Because I don't want to get to that point, if this makes sense. And to some of you, maybe it doesn't. I don't want to get to the point where I become old and stale and boring and I have no imagination. I would much rather pretend that my Red Bull cans are grenades and that I'm fighting the Germans, you know, around the corner and crawl around in a gas mask. I know it may sound immature. I know it may sound odd. Yeah, I'm eccentric. Yeah, maybe I'm mentally fucking ill. But I do not want to become boring. That sounds like a fate worse than death. I think I'd rather die. Because it's fun. If kids can, you know, dig around in the dirt and, you know, pretend it's a trench and stuff like that, why can't I do it? What, because I got older? I make plenty of money. I do my job. Once I'm done with that, I'm allowed to play make-believe, you know? There's a reason why children and animals gravitate towards me, dudes. It's because it's fun. Oh, God, being mature. Ugh. And growing up. Ugh. No thanks. I think I'll skip out on growing up. You have to mature to the point where you can make money in order to afford things. But once you've got those things, why can't you have fun? You know, some people buy arcade games. I crawl around on the floor throwing Red Bull cans around and watching weird shit on the internet, you know? It's hysterical. Yes, I'm trans age. My mental age is probably like fucking 4 or something. Kilowatt, loss of imagination is a detriment to our being. Yes, exactly. You've got to stretch out your mind. Stop playing by convention. Stop playing by society's rules and things like that. And just do your thing. Do what you want. As long as it's productive, you can do anything you want. If it's not productive, if it's just, you know, you playtime, basically, you can do whatever you want too. You just have to make sure that you do the former before the latter, work before pleasure, so to speak. I mean, some people, it's like, I've seen some Gen Zers, and they're 10 years younger than me, 15 years younger. And they've already got like furrows in their brow and frown lines and stuff like that. I'm like, what the, number one, what are you eating? Because clearly your diet needs retooling. Number two, what the hell are you doing? You're acting sort of like, you know, the stereotypical corporate dude in his 40s back in 1984 or something like that. Being all serious all of the time. And that's not the life that I want to live. I want to be imaginative. I want to play around. I want to go hiking and grow things and do what the fuck I want. So I'm going to, and it's going to be great. Oh shit, I still have Red Bull in here. That's the sort of thing I want to do. Red Bull mainly. Harrison Bergeron, how many people have their own personal movie running in their head all the time? I can sympathize. Yeah, no, being too serious, like, I don't trust people who are too serious. because it's always like used car salesman mode, and it's like they're putting one over on you or something. So, like, yeah, I'll literally crawl across the house throwing Red Bull cans around, pretending that I'm throwing grenades at a bunch of German soldiers and stuff like that. That is my personality, as people who know me in person will attest to. And I'm going to eat weird shit. Like the other day I had, it was great. Fish sticks, crinkle fries, stuff like that. I don't give a fuck. Sometimes you want to eat healthy. You want to have a nice salad, loaded salad preferably. Sometimes you just want fish sticks and French fries. That's the way to live life. Start the day off with a pint. I'm going to show you how to live life. Good song, by the way. I have really bad gas today, says Girl of the Valley. Kilowatt, do you have a recipe book? If not, you should. I do want to make a recipe book. That's one of the adult things that I can do, which is cook. I'll try that at some point. But the thing is, if you take pictures of your food and they don't look 100% aesthetic, people will criticize them. So I'm probably going to have to call in a professional photographer to make the illustrations for the book. Otherwise, nobody will buy it. No, Kami Thong Hooch Sherwin, I am not going to take it. No. Anyways, I'm going to go offline because in about 45 minutes, I have to go live with the quartering. This was basically a rant stream. I mean, you know. There's nothing really major in the news other than Donald Trump at the moment. So until probably next week, it's going to be a little bit different than normal. I might take tomorrow off from live streaming too. I appreciate you all for coming in. I appreciate the over 4,000 people that tuned in live. And yeah, I'll do a little bit of a news crawl, get live with the quartering again, 1 p.m., go on the quartering on Rumble, preferably, also on YouTube. And I will be there as his co-host, along with, I believe, Hannah Claire. So we're going to have some fun. I'm sure there will be hair references. Here we get food references. There we get hair references. Ah, my God. That's about all. Peace out.